Did you know that your salary is your most powerful weapon when it comes to wealth creation and wealth building? Statistics show that 67% of global population will be working from the time they become young adults, that is 18 years, until they're 55 years. That means they spend most of their life, probably 50% and above of their lives, in the workstations. This is something we need to look at very critically. Just how important is this harvest called salary? My name is Abi Mungai and I'm the wealth manager at Nabo Capital. And in the next few minutes, I just want us to unravel how exactly is this harvest called salary supposed to impact you. You probably have thought about it, you've heard about it, researched a bit about it, but I just want you to engage me in a few minutes as we try to look at, are you dealing with your salary the way you're supposed to? Or is there a better way of doing it? Because ideally, if you're gonna work half of your life, that means you need to be very, very keen on how your salary is operating. So wealth building is a very important venture, both for the young and for the old. That is me trying to say that you can either make it when you're young and also you can make it when you're older. The question is, are you keen? Are you conscious about it? Have you decided to take this journey? And if you're in the working generation, this video is specifically for you. It's probably one of the best videos that you're gonna watch in this season. All right, so that said, I want to give you one more statistics before we get into the depth of the matter. At least 77% of global population cannot be able to come up with $1,000 to meet an emergency. We can pause there for a moment and think about it. $1,000, 77% of the population cannot come up with. That means there's a problem in the system. There's a problem in how people are dealing with the salary. And remember, it's not about how much you're earning. It is how you're dealing with what you're earning. One of the world-known chartered financial advisors, Johnson, has said recently that it's not the check that you receive, it's just how much of that check you can be able to hold on to, and it goes to investment. So wealth building requires the power of resolve. The first thing you need to know is that you must decide that this salary is the most important thing in my life. Think of your salary as a seed that is supposed to go to a seed bed that will later give you a harvest that will go on to become your wealth empire. So that said, whenever you receive your salary, the first thing you're supposed to do is ask yourself, what is the seed and what is consumption? And I'm reminded growing up how I used to watch my grandmother select the seeds after harvest and decide that the best seeds are supposed to go back to the farm and be planted for the harvest. But what she used to do keenly is remove the best seed first. Now, coming back to think about our salary, do we separate the best seed first? Or do we consume first and later invest what is remaining? And Warren Buffett, I want to quote him right now. He said recently in a podcast that the thing is, you're supposed to invest and then spend what remains, not spend and then invest what remains. This seed called salary requires intention, requires selection, requires intentionality. Now let me give you one other analogy. Think of your income as an army of soldiers going to the battlefield to earn you more soldiers. If you kill your soldiers on site, like when you receive them, you consume everything, you don't have soldiers to send to the battlefield. In this case, the battlefield is in the investment world. If you don't have any soldiers to send to the battlefield, that means you're not even playing the game of wealth building. You need to have an element of a team, of a battalion of soldiers that you're sending to the battlefield in order for your wealth to grow. Deal with your salary as a weapon that you use in this journey of investment, and think about investment world as a war. Why I say it's like a war is because every expense, every aspect of your life is chasing after this one salary. Your expenses are chasing it. Your loved ones are chasing it. Every bill is chasing it. And then your investments are also chasing it. So that means it's a warfare. The investment arena is the war zone. Now your salary and your investment every month is the battle you have to win. And you have to win this battle every month, yearly, so that in the end, in a period of say 5 to 10 years, you will have built an empire that can later win you off of your daily salary. So one more point, why is your salary your biggest weapon? I said it when we began, that you spend most of your time, 8 hours to 12 hours in the office per day. That means the entire week you're almost spending 50% of your life, and it's not a bad thing. The question is, are you ready to do something in order for you to escape the rat race? So in the next few minutes, I just want to show us 4 strategies of how you can be able to deal with your money. I want you to have this at the back of your mind, that at some point, your body is not going to operate the way it's operating right now. That is nature. That's the way life works. The energy you have right now, if you're 25, if you're 30, 35, 40, 45, this energy is not going to remain like this. That means as you progress in life, you're not going to be able to put in all these hours that you're putting right now. So what are you going to do about it? I have met in my line of work people who earn relatively low, but they have built some portfolios. And I have met others who earn very high incomes, but they haven't managed to build any portfolios. That means there is a mindset shift that needs to happen for you to know that your salary is a means for you to build an empire that will win you off of your active income. Active income being what you earn by showing up to work, and then you're supposed to start now building passive income, which is the money you earn even without having to show. So on to my first point that I believe with all of my heart, you need to be able budgeting. If you keenly put up a budget, and the budget I'm talking about is the one where you match your values with your money. A lot of people spend so much money on things they don't like to please people they don't even like and they don't even know. The idea is, we're not saying people should not spend, but can your money be spent on the things that you love? Let me give an example. Some people love to drive very amazing cars, heavy machines. Others, they don't care for cars, but they care where they live. They want a quiet, serene environment. Others don't even care about those two. They care about how they eat. So you need to dive in deep and look at, what are your values? What do you love most? What is important for you? Is it school fees? Is it education? Is it you arrange your expenses and match them into the budget so that even when you're spending, you're not feeling offended? I want to say something at this point. Why most people put together a budget? I'm sure this is not the first time you're hearing about a budget. Why people put together a budget and then they don't follow it is because they are trying to change the result and not the system. The system here being, what mindset have you put in place to be able to say, when I receive my income, this is what I do, this is what happens. A change of mind needs to happen once you make a resolve that you want to deal with your salary differently. So this is me saying that in order for your results to change, your system needs to change. When people tell me, moving forward, from next month, I'm going to do this, that, and the other, I normally ask them, what is the system that you have put in place? Because it's first the system, then the process, then the result. Do you have a system? And then the process, and then we will get the result. So for you to be able to draw a budget and then stick to it and not go offensive on your own empire, looting into your own treasury. If you want to stick to your budget, match your budget with your values. In case you need help with that, that's what we do here at Nabo. You need a financial advisor to work with you. But then again, for starters, you can do it by yourself. The second thing that you need is to deal with your debt. One of the things that is making people not have enough money to invest however much they want to is because they are struggling in debt. Student loan, car loans, house loans, emergency loans, all these loans. You can find an individual with more than 5 loans. Let me stay here for a bit. The debt that is good debt is the debt that is already paid up or there's a plan to pay. I encourage you, I implore you to put in place a plan that will deal with your debt. If you want, you can start with a high interest debt first, or you can start with a small debt first. But one way or another, you need to deal with your debt so that you can be able to free money that can go to investment. If you don't do that, the result of that is that you will live your life paying debt. Let me ask you a question. If you spend all your life, all your adult life, sending money to banks as loan payments and sending money to credit card companies, when are you going to ever invest? You need a financial advisor to work with you. That's what we do here at Nabo. I encourage you to go back. We have a wealth of videos that have been done before. Share this video with someone who needs it. And also remember to leave us a comment. And if you have any questions, just leave it behind and we'll tackle it in the next video. Thank you and God bless you. Bye.